Hello team, Song here, and today we're going to go over an emergency video regarding Bitcoin. There is some significant danger you need to be aware of on Bitcoin. So let's take a look. The link to these posts are public, and this website is my Chartroom website, www.patreon.com/jsong_7. That's www.patreon.com/jsong_7, and the link is in the description. But these are the posts that I put. So this was yesterday. This could cause a flash crash. This is set up to begin a bearish movement. It doesn't have a wide down arc, so there's still some support, some hope for price being supported at the next star level of 58,000 and the next around 53,192 if price were to fall soon or fell soon. This is a post that I did last night from our dive live stream, and I posted it in our chart room. I did make this public, so there are certain charts I always give for free, and that's usually XRP, Bitcoin, and USDT.D. I often give those for free. You can get them on Telegram, just being a part of our community group, or just log into my page and you'll see it on the public page. But you need to take a look at this. So this is a daily chart, okay? And so each one of these candles represents 1 day's worth of time. We're going back since the beginning of October here. But if you look at all of October, we've been sitting on this line here, and I highlighted it really thick so everyone can understand what's going on. And then here's the sword cut at the top right here. It's in this area right there. That orange bar that I drew for everyone, that's the sword cut. When price came down and swung underneath it here, generally I expect only one of two things to happen. Either price is going to reject off that point, or price is going to push through and it needs to sit on top of that. If it does, that's generally a bullish sign for a continuation. But it's a very important point to watch for. When you get a rejection of that level, it's a very high sign of weakness. And in this case, we did get weakness. We did get a sign of weakness. We kissed that line right on there, and then came right back down. Now there's support at there's certain lines here, and there should be support. Price should have bounced off of this line right there where my mouse is right there. That's where price should have bounced off of, but it didn't. We actually came through and came up underneath the sword cut level. Okay, now this is the analysis I used. There's two analysis I performed on here: sword analysis and star method. Both are the methods that I've been using for about 19 years. So you guys take a look at these. Here's the supports that we should see have happen. This red line here, and then this dashed red line here. Okay, so those two lines, price did stop and sit right where the bottom line is and came down, and then had a hard time passing through this area right there. Now, we actually came down and found some support at the star level, but this is weaker support. This is only enough to hold up price if it's in alignment with the overall trend. We have broken the major trend lines, this long thick one, this one, and that one. That's three trend lines that price is broken. There's nothing really holding up price except for these star levels, and these star levels are severely weakened. Take a look. These are the star levels here, these yellow lines. Okay, I drew these like back in the beginning of the month. These lines are reverberated patterns from from far away. You don't have to all understand it. Just understand that these lines are verified star levels. Okay. Then here's the other star levels that it resisted off of. Those two. This one up here. This one down here. And we came down. I was expecting some support right there, and we did come down and kiss that level. I haven't drawn these lines in, again, weeks. Guys, I haven't drawn those lines in weeks. These lines are been holding up. This is how I was really confident with Bitcoin if we were to stay above these star levels. And so now the next candle that I saw after that was a little support line on the 4-hour chart, which was really nothing. My biggest concern is what happens next. Take a look at this. Price formed a nice railroad candle pattern on higher volume. The down bar has higher volume, just as it was sitting underneath the sword cut. This is very bearish, okay? So these two candles in a single pattern, the stronger one at the end being the red down bar in the exact position they should be in, which they are. If the red candle has higher volume, then that's cause to be very, very bearish and to be aware, and you should probably not be in Bitcoin at the moment. Look at the next chart. Let's give it to you here. This is the volume, and we can see that on this red candle, we got the higher volume on that level, and I pointed that out to everyone. This is a heavy sign that Bitcoin is about to go down, and it could be going down imminently when you see this confirmed resistance against the sword cut. So it's the level it should happen, and it's the volume it needs to happen. And that's this is what I posted last night live in our dive, but also for any members who are part of my Patreon team, you'll get those notifications the moment I post them. Here's the last analysis I put. BTC is at a critical level. On this 4-hour chart, we see that price is already cut below and rejected off its upper sword cut. Now there are only 2 lines holding up price, and within a few hours left to go in the daily candle, there is a chance that price may close below both of those lines today, which it did. If this happens, then you can see a major dip or crash or flash crash in BTC coming very soon. If price is supported by the red line, then you have a few more days left. But that is the moment. But at the moment, there's more bearish confirmation on the daily chart. This is an extremely bearish and dangerous for bullish traders. So if you're looking for Bitcoin to go higher, there's some things that need to happen for that to happen. You need to get above the sword level, and price needs to actually sit on top of that again. And then here's a resistance level here. It would be about this level. I didn't draw it, but we can. But I want to let everyone know what's actually going on with Bitcoin. So that was last night. Now take a look at today. Here's today. On that same 4-hour chart of the last chart, we see that price did find support here, okay, at the star level, and then we went up. But again, we are underneath these major red lines. Those are very important lines. So price tried to come up above them, got rejected. Okay, it's like here's the roof, price tries to go up, you ain't getting above. You can try and stretch the net, but you ain't getting past it. And then we went down, and then we went down to the lower star level. Now I called these levels yesterday live, okay? So we did come down and sit on this star level. And again, I haven't drawn these lines in weeks. These are how accurate these type of levels are, especially when they're confirmed star analysis levels. Then price is sitting under here, and this line I have faded out. Let's bring it back into fade. Here is that resistance level here. Price trying to bring above and come down. This is another star. This is another resistance line that we drew a long time ago. Okay, so that's a very important point. Now, at the moment, each one of these candles is 4 hours worth of time. So we are already down, but where I actually think we can find support is all the way down here around 52,242. The general area is around 53,192, but this is a dynamic moving line. So this yellow line is where I'm kind of expecting some support. Just like the other star levels, a support there and a support here. If price comes below this, we are looking, and if it looks something like this, we are looking at the next supports around there. I don't have any more supports. Maybe somebody else has it, or it's in a different method, but according to my data, I see supporting on this line here. Because this is a dynamic moving line, it goes up. Price will find a higher support the higher it goes. So the longer it takes to fall, it can, find a higher support all the way up to, around 53,000 if it took, till November 7th. But generally price falls faster than it rises. So that's something you guys should be aware of. And this is kind of a scary dip. Now it's possible price can come in here and play a little bit, but we already got some resistance at this level. So there may not be much time But I'm just letting you guys all know that if you were part of my group, you got this notification yesterday. I don't always make a YouTube video. I do encourage everyone. You can sign up for notifications on my website. The membership is it's basically free. It costs $1 in whatever local currency you have to join. That's the maintenance fees that basically Patreon charges to give membership to people. But you can also get Bitcoin notifications for free on Telegram. My links are in the description. But if you want notifications from any other charts, you can look in there. I also saw some weakness on ETN, and yesterday I did update my charts in the Patreon membership that I did exit ETN position. It is dangerous. Let's look at Doge as a bonus real quick. Let's look at Doge. Here's the support levels for Doge on the daily chart. This is the levels I gave everyone that I believe we're actually bullish because we are above this red dashed line and we were above this green line. However, a move in Bitcoin could pull many cryptos down. So you have to be aware that it's gonna look like manipulation showing up in other charts that normally wouldn't be showing this type of weakness. They can show heavy weakness, and you can see a lot of these long spikes. Okay, so look at how long these spikes are. Price went all the way down to here, came all the way right back up. But Bitcoin is just getting started on falling. So it's possible it can push Doge down a little bit longer. So that's something to be aware of. And my overall targets for Doge at the moment, in alignment with Prophet Robin's commentary, I'm looking around the first major resistance around 42 cents, but Prophet Robin told us that he sees price getting up to 44 cents and then having a big dip at that moment. Eventually we'll be getting up to 90 cents, but there's going to be some major ups and downs along the way. It's possible that if Bitcoin falls, we can be going back down to 19 cents. Okay, this is the sword area. Let's stretch it out for you guys so you can have that. This is a sword cut, but it's also, I turned it green because I have multiple confirmations that tells me this sword area should be a major point where price is bounced up upon that line. So be looking for price to come back down to 19 cents sometime. And then, I'll be looking to get even more Doge than I already have. But at the moment, I still haven't sold my Doge. I'm still bullish, but there are some data that could push all the way back down to 19 cents. And finally, I need to give you guys the S&P 500 index. Let's update these dates here. On S&P 500 index, we have a major sword cut here. And so I was expecting to get a rejection off of this line. If we did get that rejection, then we would be looking to go lower. If you come over to my S&P 500 index predictions on October 15th, I put out major warnings about this area. However, I do want you guys to be aware of this. Option C. Option C is if we did not get a rejection from here, then we can be coming more bullish on S&P 500 if we don't get a rejection at that level. This was on October 15th. I give all the options that are available that I see for those things. A movement above this and a rest down is bullish. We have movement now above this level. As of today, we have movement above this level, but we do not have a pullback into the sword cut level. At the moment, I would be looking for price to pull back sometime in that level, and then it may be a chance to gobble up some more higher prices for the stock market. The next time that we would be looking for a danger would be at this level here, this dynamic level here. And you can draw that if you wanted to. You can draw this yourself by connecting the bottom here back in October 30th of 2020 and connect a line all the way to the bottom core levels of October 4th, 2020. 21. So about 1 year's worth of time, you're actually drawing that line, and that gives me this orange line here. Okay, if you've drawn that correctly, core to core, just the core levels to the core levels, not the wicks, it's going to give you the more safer area. So this is the area here, and the longer price stays above these lines, the more support we have. There is another resistance level. Let's give it to you here. And if price hits it, the upper resistance level is 4,685 and 45 cents. It's very likely now at the moment that price can go up to hit that level and then come back down to the sword area. However, if it phases through the sword area and this upper dynamic orange line right here, at the moment that orange line is sitting at $4,407.08. $4,407.08 if price were to fall back down to that lower support, but it has to get past the sword level. Since we're above it, I expect that sword level to now be a strong floor and hold up price even just for a little bit more. So we may actually, it would look something like this is a very high probable option. We can come down to this area and then come up, or we can hit the roof up here and then come back down to the sword cut and either bounce here, or we can actually phase through. Once we get to this level, we can phase through this line. And phase through is where it doesn't fight the line at all. It just drifts right through, like a little force field that you put your hand through. And that can happen. And then we can come back down to this next support line right there. So that is going to be around, if it were to, all that were to happen today, it would be around 4,359. Those are the dynamic levels that you should all be aware of for S&P 500. However, S&P 500 is not in alignment with the, by having a cut here, it was not in alignment with the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which I spoke about in a previous video and previous analysis. Dow Jones is actually strong at the moment. So you have one that's weak and one that's strong. It gives more weight to the more heavier one. So, you know, S&P 500 is a collection of 500 stocks. Dow Jones is a collection of some of the most strongest stocks. I believe it's like only really 30 or something like that in the Dow Jones. These are the updates you should be aware of. Stock market's still looking good, and DOGE is still healthy for now, but in danger. ETN is looking. ETN is showing signs of weakness. Let me just give it to you, show you real quick. For the full analysis, you can go to the website. Oh, look, I see. ETN is showing weakness, and I announced that yesterday before we did fall. Now it looks like we're going to be falling to the star level support here on ETN, and that's good because I exited yesterday. And then the other things that you should be aware of is the Bitcoin. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to just share with you is USDT.D. I often cover USDT.D in almost every single day that I post. I'm covering USDT.D. This is a weekly chart. Each one of these candles represents 1 week's worth of time. I know this chart's a little messy, but these lines are very important so that I understand what's actually happening to your favorite cryptos in USDT.D. I try to make it easy by drawing simple arrows for people and adding chart commentary either on the charts or in the commentary section of the pictures. But generally, in essence, I'm expecting a rounding off of USDT.D. Remember, when USDT.D goes up, crypto prices start to fall. And when USDT.D is going down, cryptos usually go up and they're free. So they always have an inverse effect. So when this chart is finding support at these lines, which I've talked about numerous times, you can't miss it. I'm actually expecting prices to move higher on this chart, at least until a certain point before we can go back down. And so that is something I'm very closely analyzing. And when you start seeing it going up, you can see Bitcoin maybe have a big down movement soon. So be aware of that. I'm expecting a breakout above this yellow line. That's a very important line here. Okay, so I'm monitoring the situation very closely. You guys can always check up for updates. I make sure I put a big email blast for I'm not email blast, but I make sure I put a big notification blast, and I'll put the word alert and warning when it's a very, very critical time for you to be paying attention to some of your other favorite cryptos. Most cryptos you have a chance to play. They have a range to play in. When things start getting close to those danger zones, they usually start getting my attention to let you guys know, hey, I'm gonna stress and talk about those things even more than I normally would compared to those things. Compared to a normal cryptocurrency, especially USDT.D. When I start seeing that it's about to round, that means that we could start seeing a dump in many cryptos that follow USDT.D. What is USDT.D? It is Tether. It is the printing. It's basically Tether dynamic, and it's the printing of Tether in a way. It's the movement of money put into Tether. There's a lot of things that lead me to believe that Tether is the one pulling the strings behind Bitcoin and many cryptos. So just a huge aware, when I do see a big down movement on crypto on USDT.D, I'm like, yes, because that means many cryptos get to have a bull run or experience a bull run or get into position without having to fight Tether. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys want more, you can tune into, you can sign up for a Dive live stream service on my website, and you guys can be chatting with me. And in real time, as I'm creating the charts and working on them, I'm explaining them, talking out loud as I'm building a chart. We did many cryptocurrencies last night, and then we did some more the day before. And we're now having this new service. I call it Dive, where you can click on the link and go to my website. And then when you're giving at the first month is $12, but for the next 30 days we're having the $12 for every person, and then after that it's $30 a month, and you can sit with me for many hours, and we'll drink coffee together, and we'll go over many cryptos. You guys are watching me, and you can draw along with me and have the most important lines on your charts. And I'll be explaining that so you guys can understand how price actually works from a technical standpoint. You can understand when price is weak, when price is strong, how it's behaving, how it should be behaving, what levels to actually look for when you're looking for price to move up and down, because price doesn't just move straight up and it doesn't just move straight down. It moves in conjunction with its own self. So I'm able to examine price, take that structure and break it down for you guys to see what your favorite cryptos are doing from a top-down perspective using a very advanced analysis. You guys don't always have to understand all of the analysis. You just need to have someone in your corner that knows how to read price action. So I do spend a lot of time with some of the major cryptos, but we do have a Q book where we go through many cryptos and just keep going through the cycle, and you'll see your maps. And once you have those maps, they're usually good for about a month. You'll have many major lines that you just are aware of, and you just look at the date at the bottom and where those lines are, and that kind of shows you where that angle is. Those angles are very important. And I want to let you guys know that I have not forgotten about you guys. Thank you very much for all of your prayers and all of your support. We need it, and Melody and I are really grateful for everyone who's been supporting this work and supporting the ministry side of things as well, and getting empowering me to be able to get all of this content to you guys as quickly as possible. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord look upon you with favor. May the Lord be abounding to you in grace. May the Lord lift up his countenance towards you, and may the Lord give you peace. Thank you very much. Lord, bless my friends. Lord, bless all the people who are supporting us. Bless everybody who's been praying for us during the relocation. And I pray that you would just help everybody to make great financial decisions with all of the things, Lord. And may they always just remember to have peace and remember to pray. And Lord, keep illuminating the lights and send people their way who's going to help them. And Lord, send people their way, Lord, who's going to be encouraging them. And send people their way, Lord, who is part of their life and a part of their life's purpose and their mission and where they're going to be all going in life. I pray that you would bring those people who need to be in their life into their lives and remove the people who are not part of their future and not part of their story, and people who should not be involved in their lives, people who are pulling them in wrong directions, people who are holding them down from going in the directions that you have for them and achieving the purposes that you have for their lives. I pray that you would remove those people and even some of those relationships that they should not be having with people that have no business to do with them, Lord. Bring a removal of those things and bring a healing to the hearts. Also bring a healing to the broken hearts today, Father, for those who are here, who have been listening and who have been struggling with heartbreak, even inside their own marriages, even inside their own relationships, even inside their own families. People who are torn in the hearts. I pray that you would give a special healing to those people today and bring uplifting to their hearts. I thank you for everything you do, Lord, and take care of them. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, everyone, friends. You guys have a great day.